For the French friends, donc on vient de terminer la conférence de Monsieur John Carney himself. Thank you very much for your time. Sure. It was we really had a blast. It was amazing because it was more about concepts and ideas than pure techniques. And since it's not a workshop, so we can follow you and not dropping the coins or the cards all over the place. So it was quite fun.
There is some history in your lecture from Lyon, Victor,
Edward Victor.
Voilà.
Ramsey.
Ou alors je parle en français, tu parles en anglais?
Ah vas-y si tu veux.
Il y a beaucoup de références dans le passé et moi j'aurais une question, David, si tu peux poser. Quel est le conseil que Vernon lui a donné et qui le suit toute sa vie?
So you use a lot of references to the past, and is there one specific advice that Vernon gave to you that you kept for other people?
Just one.
Yeah, so many things. So many things.
Yes.
Be natural and use your head. So use your head means don't just mindlessly practice to actually use your thought to think of a better way or look for the problems or see it how the spectator will see it, and not just practicing in front of a mirror, but see what do they perceive, what are they thinking, not just what do they see, but what are they thinking, what's suspicious, and be natural, of course. It's not doing anything that people would ordinarily do. To look natural, you should observe how people naturally do things, how they put a coin in their hand, or how they do something, how they turn over a card for a double dip, instead of learning the technique and trying to adapt your personality. Ramsey, yeah.
It was quite a revolution for the audience here, because everybody does it like that, and you just do it at the fingertips.
At the fingertips, and it's a transitional thing. You're not doing that. I mean, a lot of people, they say, "Oh, I understand now," and then they'll pretend to take the coin and they'll hold it like this. They'll pretend to hold it. Well, already it's wrong because it's a transitional movement. It's like this. It's not like this, and then it's like this, and adjusting and doing these things where those actions look like something is in your hand, whereas this looks like you're hiding something. It's not the way you would never hold it like that for any reason. But even when I do something like that, it's only for a second, going into something else.
All of your technique is in an offbeat moment, is not in front. C'est toujours sur un moment faible plutôt qu'un temps fort. Vous êtes toujours. On retrouve beaucoup de sliding, de tension, relaxation, tension, relaxation. There's a lot of sliding.
Absolutely. But very important, I said in the lecture, was to emphasize the effect, not the technique, which is the complete opposite of what a lot of people, we love moves and we love sleight of hand, so we put the moves and the sleight of hand on display, and that's not magic, that's juggling, and people, maybe they go, oh, he's very clever, he's very skillful, but they don't get the feeling of, wow, that's the feeling that I'm going for. Some people, like Derek Dingle, call him magician, he goes, no, I'm a sleight of hand artist. So he wanted people to acknowledge that he was skillful. And if you do a gambling demonstration, obviously the whole point of a gambling demonstration is to say, look how skillful I am. So, but if you were actually in a game, you don't want to show any skill or you get shot. But in a demonstration, you want to go, wow, look how skillful he is. But in a game, it should be unremarkable. It's like nothing happened. There's nothing interesting.
One more question. you are doing a lot of coin magic in like Michael Vincent way. It's not like the new wave of coin magic. What are you thinking of this movement in coin magic? The new way of doing coin magic, like fantasy, like there is more juggling than magic. You know what
it's just what I said. I mean, I don't know anybody specific that you're talking about, but it's what I just said about if you display your skill, then the skill is the star. But if you can hide your skill, it's a magical effect. So it's two different goals. It depends on what your goal is, but you need to know what your goal is. And some people don't know what their goal is. They say, "Oh, I want it to be magical." And you say, "I don't know. I just want to do it." But if you want it to look like magic, you can't be doing a lot of fancy things. Because if you're a magician, you just go poof and it disappears, and poof and it changes. And you wouldn't be going like this if it were real magic. If I'm making something like Fred Capps had floating cork, and now it's very common. Everybody knows about it because it's very old now. Different things floating with the invisible thread. But when it came out, Bruno Henning from Germany was the first guy to take a stocking, pull the thread out of the stocking, and then the hookup was all his idea. Fred Capps routined it, adapted it, and everything. But if you just have something just hanging in the air there, and you pass a hoop around and you go like this, people would say, "Oh, it's a thread." It's a thread. It has to be. Oh, I can't see it, but what else could it be? It's hanging by a thread. But Fred Capps, he would do it. He would do this. He would sort of move in the air like this, and he would sort of wiggle on his hand, and it would wiggle in the air and come down. And so when you see that, it's not so perfect. It's just hanging in the air. So now when people look at it, they go, "It must be magnets because it's doing that, because the force of the..." No. Maybe it's like he's got a tube in his sleeve and it's blowing and it's making it do that. Or no, maybe it's a thread. It's a thread because but he passed the hoop around it. It's skill. It's skill, but nobody didn't do anything. So it's one more solution. Skill is one more solution. And if they eliminate that, and they eliminate that, and they eliminate skill, there's no explanation. It must be magic. It's amazing. I don't know how it's done. But if they stop at skill and say, "Well, it's skill," they don't have to know how it's done. They just say, "It's skill," and they go, "It's skill." And they don't think about it. But if you have a real mystery, people talk about it for the rest of their life. They tell, "I saw a guy take a card, he just shook it like that, and it changed into the card that I was thinking of." They'll talk about it forever. But if you do this and this and this, you go, "Well, the guy was really clever. It's not a magic impression."
Speaking of experience, someone in the audience asked you what was your biggest achievement. Would you share with us a big failure? Something that happened that was that was either funny or spectacular or whatever.
I've had many failures. Many failures.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I mentioned, I think professional magicians or good magicians, I think they make many more mistakes, but they usually only make them once or twice, and then they correct them. But other people will make a mistake and continue to make the same mistake. It doesn't always mean there's something wrong. Maybe it's the wrong situation. Like I do a character, Mr. Misto, who's a crazy character. He's yelling at people, and he's running around, and he's doing all these things. And I started doing it, and people were reacting very strongly, and it got better and better, and more laughs, and I could do like a whole 3 weeks at a comedy club, the Magic Fest, banquet here, and everything. Everybody, wow, fantastic, fantastic. And then I'll go to one more job, hate me. They're not laughing. They don't get that it's a joke. And it just goes right in the tongue, you know. But it's situational. There's something about that audience that didn't like it. I didn't do anything there. I didn't do something wrong. I can't correct it and say, well, now I'm going to change the whole thing because it didn't work. Because I do it the next day and people love it again. So I've failed many times in that way. And jokes go flat, or things, drop things or flash things or forget something. But the more you practice, the more you think, the less it happens. It doesn't happen as often. It happens very rarely, but it's never 100% all the time for anyone.
For our viewers, if they want to learn more about you, you have carneymagic.com, your website. That's right. You also have Carney routine.
Yeah, it's a subscription series. And it's
so 1 year of magic.
Every month you get one new lesson, and stage and close-up, and sort of philosophy. It's not boring philosophy, but it's philosophy, ideas that apply to everything. And it's not a download, it's not a DVD, you watch it online. If you have a computer and a good internet connection, if you can watch movies, you can watch this.
And the link. One last minute, à moins qu'il y ait une autre question. I don't have a little Chinese portrait from Bernard Pivot that you may have heard of if you're watching the studio. It's some questions, funny answers from whatever you want.
No pressure.
Do you have a favorite word?
A favorite word? Cahoots. Cahoots is when somebody is secretly helping you. We're in cahoots. I like to say that.
And do you have a least favorite word?
Least favorite word is
do you have favorite blasphemy?
Really? You can say that?
Oh yeah, we're in France.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when I get angry, I say, fuck a duck.
Okay, fuck it duck. We will put the link, fuckitduck.com.
What job would you have never done? What is the best, worst job for you?
Well, I think anything that didn't involve any creative thought, any job where you're just shuffling papers and typing information you don't care about those things,
Do you have a favorite sound?
Favorite sound?
Well, good one. What is the least favorite sound? Yes.
Oh, least favorite sound. Oh, again.
Any moment you want to share with the group?
I've had a few.
It never happens.
Dyslexia.
And what? Oh yeah. If God exists, and when you pass away, what would you like Him to tell you when He welcomes you in heaven?
You didn't waste your life. You enjoyed it, you experienced it, you used your gift. What gifts you have? Everyone has different gifts. So, some people play the guitar, some people are good at sports, whatever. But whatever you're giving, first of all, you have to discover what you're good at, because if you don't try different things, you'll never know what you're good at. You could be the world's best tuba player.
Yeah.
But if you never pick up a tuba, you'll never know how good you are. So you have to try different things. Some things you'll do better than others, and some things you'll say, I do this pretty well. And then you should really cultivate it and don't throw away a gift.
And Mr. Alfred will say, "Hey, Mr. Alfred, come here. I have a new friend."
One last favor. So we have it's Magigazine. Could you say to the camera, This is John Carney. This is Vive le Magigazine.
Magigazine.
Yeah.
You know, never. It's not a problem if you fail because failure makes you stronger, as you said. So
Okay.
you can try it sometime.
Say,
Just present yourself and say Vive le Magigazine.
Viva Magigazine.
From Mr. John Carney.
Yeah. Mr. John Carney. That's me.
Et les gars, on applaudit un peu Monsieur John Carney. We were live. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like this,